Welcome, Tuan Jim.
Welcome to the Tuan.
What has happened?
Thy return is timely, Tuan. Thy people have need of thee.
Even now, after so long a time, it's difficult to believe I shall never hear Jim's voice again. The end was romantic beyond the wildest dreams of his boyhood fancy. And yet, there is, to my mind, a sort of profound and terrifying logic in it. Jim had left the world he knew, but the world would not leave him in peace. From the hour Gentleman Brown and his ragged crew of human detritus violated the tranquillity of Patusan, his forest kingdom, Jim's appointment with his destiny became inevitable.
Lord Jim by Joseph Conrad, dramatised in 6 episodes by Keith Darvill, with Simon Treves as Jim and David March as Marlowe. Episode 6.
Where are these white men?
On the hill, Tuan, beyond the stream that runs by the stockade.
How many?
10, perhaps 12. That 2 died is certain.
And Dain Waris, where is he?
He is not here, Tuan.
Where is he then? He is not hurt, is he?
No, Tuan, he is safe. In the battle on the river he fought bravely, but he was not hurt.
So where is he?
Down the river, Tuan. He has made camp on Paitingi Island with 50 men. It was the command of his father Doramin. The elders feared lest there would be more barbarians on the shore where their great ship is. There was fear lest more white men came in search of those on the hill. Therefore Dain Waris hath gone to secure the river approach. Dost thou approve, Tuan?
Yes. The plan is sound.
But Dain Waris was not happy, Tuan. He wished to remain here lest there would be more fighting.
Jim! Oh, Jim!
Hello, old girl. I hear you've become a warrior with the men.
Thou shouldst have seen it, Tuan. When the barbarians came, she roused the people, made them imitate the action of a tiger, as thou didst before.
I'm proud of you.
I was afraid these white men take you away.
Oh, there's no fear of that, Jewel. It is not me they want.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes, I'm sure.
What you do now?
I must talk to them.
No, they kill you.
Oh, I think not. Tambi Itam.
Tuan.
Come with me, but keep well back behind me. Jewel, make sure that no one follows. Clear?
The white men have guns.
Clear?
Clear.
What's all the hullabaloo down there?
Joy. Their Lord has returned to them.
How do I get to him, Brother Cornelius?
If I know anything, he will come to you.
Just come strolling down, do you mean?
Yes, he is just like stupid fool. He not afraid of anything. He say, you must leave his people alone. Everybody must leave his people alone. He is like little child.
There's movement down there.
See where he comes. That's him. Look.
Yank, is your rifle loaded, darling heart?
Sure thing, Bob.
Good. You tell Tallman we come to shoot him, yes? You just kill him. And all the people fear you. Make you new Tuan, yes. So, Honorable Sir, please to kill him dead, like good Christian man.
Brother Cornelius, if you harbor wicked thoughts, you'll never get to heaven. Yank, cover me. He's coming into the open. I'm going down.
They met, I should think, not very far from the place, perhaps on the very spot where Jim had taken the second desperate leap of his life. They faced each other across the creek, and with steady eyes tried to understand each other before they opened their lips. Brown hated Jim at first sight, He hated him for the very neatness of his clothes, the white helmet, the canvas leggings, and the pipe-clayed shoes. Whatever hopes he had vanished at once. This was not the kind of man he had expected to see.
Who are you?
My name's Brown, Captain Brown, known as Gentleman Brown. What's yours?
My name does not matter. What made you come here?
Hunger. What made you?
That is none of your concern.
All right. Let's have one thing straight, boy. You think I'm a dead man already? I'd better tell you there's a Yankee on the hill with a bead drawn on you. So we're both dead men, right? We can talk as equals. The first thing to say, my lovely, is that I'm not going to beg for my life. And neither, goddammit, am I going to let you sit down and count us as we starve one by one. So, you're 200 to 1. Either make your move with your baboons there, or let us take our chances in the open sea. You've been white once, so don't be a coward now. I'm no coward, but I'll be damned before I wander off into the jungle like a living skeleton for the ants to go to work on.
You don't deserve a better fate.
And what do you deserve? I came here for food. What did you come for, I wonder? Do you think you're too good to live out there with the rest of us? Anyway, that's your affair. All we ask is one thing only. Give us a fight or a clear road.
I'm prepared to fight with you any time.
And you can shoot me and welcome. This is as good a jumping off place as another. But that's too easy. My men are all in the same boat. By God, I'm not the sort to jump out of trouble and leave them in the damned lurch.
To me, the conversation of these two across the creek appears now as the deadliest kind of duel on which fate looked with her cold-eyed knowledge of the end. Brown had a satanic gift for finding out the best and weakest spots in his victims.
Your people started all this, you know, letting loose from both banks without stopping to ask questions. It was only bad luck and disaster at sea that drove us up this river.
And the man you killed!
At least he went cleanly. One of our men was 6 hours a-dying with his guts ripped out. We had to listen to it all. Anyway, that makes us even, doesn't it? It was bad luck. Just bad luck. When it comes down to basics, when we're in a spot, when it's down to saving your life in the dark, do we really care who else goes? 3, 30, or 300 people? You've gone quiet over there. Well, haven't you?
Will you promise to leave the coast?
Done!
And surrender your arms?
Ah! Now, that's different. These guns and a few breech letters on board are all I've got in the world to my name. I expect to sell the lot in Madagascar. Sorry, my beauty. You'll have to rip them from our dead hand.
I don't know if I have the power.
No, he tells us. Oh, oh, that's very good, boy. What did you come here for? To pass the time of day?
Very well, Captain Brown. You shall have a clear road or a straight fight. I'll let you know.
Good day to you, my lovely lord.
Tambiitama, come with me.
Tuan,
Yes?
we fight, yes?
I must talk with Doramin.
No, Tuan, fight! Fight now! It is but one more hill to take.
I must talk with Doramin.
He didn't die. Why you not kill him?
Because, Brother Cornelius, I can do better.
Tuan Jim, I have talked with my elders. I have listened to the voice of my people. They say, do away with these white men. The white men with beards are evil beings.
My friends, we have known each other for a long time now. We have been comrades in peace and war. Is that not so? And in all that time, there has never once been disagreement between us. I would be unhappy if there were disagreement now. At this moment, the white men are on the hill, and they are waiting for an answer from me. I have spoken to their chief in the language of my own people. Many things were said which it is difficult, impossible even, to explain in any other speech. Before we make up our minds, therefore, I want you to think on this. You say they are evil men. Well, it is true they have done bad things, but they are also men who have suffered greatly, and suffering can cause a blindness, not of the body, but of the spirit, a blindness to the laws of right and wrong. You say lives have been lost. You demand vengeance, therefore. But if we fight them, even more lives will be lost. There will be even greater suffering. Many of you here in this hall may tomorrow grieve the loss of a son or a brother. Is that really what you want? I do not have to tell you that your welfare is my welfare. Your losses, my losses. Your mourning, my mourning. We have fought and worked side by side. You know me. You know I do not lack courage. And you know, too, that I have never deceived you. Never once in all my time in this land I love have I deceived you, the people I love. Have I ever advised you ill? Have my words brought suffering to the people? Well, have they? Answer me. Today, I ask you once more to trust me. I believe it would be best all round if we let the white men with beards go with their lives. It would be a small gift, the gift of mercy. I ask you, my friends, to let them go. And I will add one thing more. If any harm should come to any one of you as a result of letting them go now, I am ready with my life. Chief Duramin, what do you say?
I am not certain.
Then send for your son Dain Waris. Let my friend Dain Waris lead the attack, for I will not lead in this business.
Tuan Jim! So be it. Let the white men go.
Who's there? Captain Brown! It is Mr. Cornelius!
Let it through!
I have message for you. I am chosen for proficiency in English tongue.
And what is the verdict?
It is the clear road to the sea. When your longboat floats on the morning tide, then you start. You are warned that armed men will be on riverbanks, so no tricks.
Then it is goodbye, my excellent friend. Come on, you vermin.
Captain Brown, I could tell you something you like to know.
What is that, Brother Cornelius?
10 miles downriver is war party led by Dain Waris, son of Duramin.
To hell with that high and mighty Jim. Is he thinking of double-crossing me?
Not him. Too much of a fool. But
what?
One thing you should know, maybe. Dain Waris is man who chased you up this hill. Made you look stupid.
Damn his eyes.
Something else I know.
Brother Cornelius, you have an unholy look in your eyes.
You say to me, Mr. Cornelius, you say to me, Mr. Cornelius, is there another way out of the river? I say, yes, Honorable Sir, there is another way out of the river, a backwater. It passed close behind Dain Wari's camp. You would have to be quiet, though.
Oh, my beautiful boys can be quiet as mice sometimes, never fear. And you know this back way.
Very well, Honorable Sir. I have to get back quick. After.
Hello, girl.
Hello, boy.
Is there food?
Of course. I fetch.
Jewel,
Yes?
you'll be officer commanding the compound again tonight.
Where you be?
Down by the stockade. There's no sleep for us tonight, old girl. Not till I've seen those blighters on their way.
I fetch food.
Tambi Itam,
Tuan.
I have a special job for you.
Tuan.
I want you to take a canoe and set off, an hour before Brown's crew leave. Get down to Dain Waris and tell them everything is in order and to let the longboat through. When that's done, they're to strike camp and come home. Understood?
Yes, Tuan.
It was 2 hours before dawn when word was passed to the stockade that the white robbers were coming down to their boat. In a very short time, every armed man from one end of Patusan to the other was on the alert. A heavy mist lay very low on the water, making a sort of elusive grey light that showed nothing. When Brown's longboat glided out of the creek into the river, Jim was standing on the low point of land before the stockade.
Brown!
Yes?
You'd better trust to the current while the fog lasts. It'll lift presently.
Right, lovely lad. Very well. Careful, lads, careful.
Brown!
What now?
If you think it worth your while to wait a day offshore, I'll try to send you something down. Bullocks, some yams, what I can.
Yes. Yes, do.
Perhaps you get small bullock, small yam. If he says so, you do. He a thief. Stole everything I had.
Holy cow, will you shut up?
Want me to sling him over, boss?
Throw me out, eh? I know where I am. I live here many years.
Not long enough to see through a fog like this, Brother Cornelius.
Long enough for that.
Can you find the backwater blindfold like this?
You too tired to row?
No, by God. I'll bring your oars there, you scoundrel.
Give me the
Now put your
tiller.
backs into it. You'll have your chance to get even with those baboons before we're done. You dismal triple show, a fool! Fool!
What's that? I Tambi Itam with a message from Tuan Jim. Where is Dain Waris?
I am here, Tambi Itam. Welcome. What is your news?
The news is good.
Oh, dost thou say so? I am glad. Here we have seen nothing. I respect my father Duramin, but he was in error. There are no more barbarians at the coast. We have seen only the alligators. So say, Tambi Itam, hath Tuan Jim killed the invaders?
No, Dain Waris.
No?
Tuan Jim's command is that the barbarians shall go in peace.
In peace, dost thou say?
It is his will.
Thou art not mistaken?
No. His words were, let the white man with the long beards go, they must not be harmed. When they have passed this island, thou and thy men take thy boats and return.
This does not please me.
Nor I. I would take their heads to decorate my house.
Thou speaks truly, Tambi Itam. They are like the snake. Alive, they are always dangerous.
After hearing all he had to say, Dain Waris dismissed Tambi Itam to have food and rest. Then he himself lay down, open-eyed, on a raised couch made of bamboo. The morning sun was soon eating up the mist. It was then that Gentleman Brown took his revenge.
Let them have it! Reload! Fire the bill! Aim low! Aim low!
Tambi Itam told me that except for those who fell dead or wounded, not a soul of them moved for quite an appreciable time. Then a blind panic drove the men in a surging, swaying mob to and fro along the shore, like a herd of cattle afraid of water. He said that he understood at the first volley what had happened. He fell down and lay as if dead, but with his eyes open. At the sound of the first shots, Dain Waris jumped up and ran out upon the open shore, just in time to receive a bullet in his forehead.
Cease fire! Cease firing, damn you! Time to leave, I think. Lovely lads. Goodbye, brother Cornelius. A kick for your heart! Back to the boat! Back to the boat!
When Tambi Itam arose from the dead, he saw Cornelius running up and down the shore amongst the corpses and expiring fires. Suddenly, he made frantic efforts to get one of the native boats into the water.
Cornelius, you insect!
No, Martin!
Tambi Itam did not tarry after that. He understood the importance of being first with the news. He ran to his canoe.
Tuan, awake!
What is it?
Tuan, it is I, Tambi Itam.
What has happened?
This, Tuan, is a day of evil, an accursed day.
Speak out, man.
They have killed Dain Waris and many more.
Dain Waris?
It was a most cruel treachery.
Go over to the village. Rouse the men immediately. We must get the boats out. We might still catch them. Move, man! Why don't you just stand there?
Forgive me, Tuan, but...
What?
It will not be safe for thy servant to go out amongst the people.
Then Jim understood. He had retreated from one world, and now the other, the work of his own hands, had fallen in ruins upon his own head. It was not safe for his servant to go out amongst his own people.
Doramin.
I believe that in that very moment Jim decided to defy disaster. The dark powers should not rob him twice of his peace.
See, Doramin, the body of thy son.
The bodies have come back. There is much weeping.
Much anger, too, we shall have to fight.
Fight? What for?
For our lives.
I have no life.
Not true!
Time to finish this.
So, you go. Do you remember? You said you'd never leave me. I asked for no promise. You promised. Remember?
Enough, girl. I should not be worth having.
The last time, will you defend yourself?
No, Jewel.
No.
Leave go.
No, no, no!
Tambi Itam, help
no.
me.
No!
Jewel, I must go.
Canoe is ready, Tuan.
Forgive me, Jewel.
Never! Never!
Show me the body of Dain Waris.
Here, Tuan.
Goodbye, my friend.
He hath taken it upon his own head.
Yes, upon my head.
Doramin, your son lies dead, and I am come in sorrow. I am come ready and unarmed.
Doramin, alone, immense and desolate, sat in his armchair with a pair of flintlock pistols on his knees. The unwieldy old man, lowering his big forehead like an ox under a yoke, made the effort to rise. Then, while Jim stood stiffened and with bared head in the light of the torches, looking him straight in the face, the old man lifted his right arm, shot his son's friend through the chest. The crowd which had fallen apart behind Jim, as soon as Doramin raised his hand, rushed forward. They say that the white man sent right and left at all those faces a proud and unflinching gaze. Then, with his hand over his lips, he fell forward, dead. And that's the end. He passes away under a cloud, inscrutable at heart, forgotten, unforgiven, and excessively romantic. Is he satisfied? I wonder. We ought to know he is one of us. Was I right? Who knows? He is gone. And Jewel is leading a sort of soundless, inert life in Stein's house. Stein has aged greatly of late, and says often he is preparing to leave all this. Preparing to leave, while he waves his hand sadly at his butterflies.
The director was Martin Jenkins.
The Secret Agent by Joseph Conrad. Episode 1.
London under 3. London under 3. Explosion in Greenwich. London under 3. Man blown up in Greenwich.
What's all the commotion, George?
I thought you might know, sir.
All I know is the Assistant Commissioner wants to see me.
Rather you than me, sir. Rather you than me.
You wanted to see me, sir?
I did, Heat. I've just received this telegram. Perhaps you would care to read it.
Good Lord.
Well?
I had no idea any bombs were being thought of. None at all.
Less than a week ago, Chief Inspector Heat, you assured Sir Ethelred that there was no indication of any terrorist activity. That nothing of the sort could even be thought of without the department being aware of it within 24 hours. There is not one of these people, you assured him, that you couldn't lay your hands on at any time of day or night. You know what each of them is doing hour by hour. That is what you said.
Yes, sir.
And he believed you, Heat. We all did, because you're the expert.
One thing I can tell you at once. None of our lot had anything to do with it.
How would you know, Chief Inspector? How would you know?
With respect, sir, we keep a close eye.
Instead of arguing the toss, Heat, you might be better employed getting down to Greenwich Park and reporting back. I think speed is of the essence, don't you?
Yes, sir. Keep everyone back, Constable.
Come on now, get back. Nothing to see here. Go over your bed.
Not that they can see much in this fog.
As you can see, Chief Inspector, it's all been cleared. Poor chap's remains are at the hospital.
Just the one?
Apparently, sir. Judging by the scorch marks on the tree, and where his remains were found, he was walking towards the Greenwich Observatory.
Who on earth would want to blow that up?
Not one of our regulars, I shouldn't think.
This makes me, look pretty foolish, George.
We're not fortune tellers, sir.
They expect us to be. With hindsight, I should have been more cautious when giving assurances to Sir Ethelred. But there was no sign of anything.
And what would have been the reaction if you'd said that terrorist activity was imminent? That would have wiped the smiles off their faces. No words of congratulation then. No, sir. They never want to hear any bad news.
Damned either way, eh? Look, you go to Silena's drinking hall, George, and see what the gossip is. I'm going to the hospital.
I was the first man on the spot, sir.
Were you, Constable? Let's have a look, Doctor. Good Lord.
Not much left, I'm afraid, sir. There's this heap of rags. You can see the blood, the scorch marks, and the...
Thank you, Constable.
He's all there. Every bit of him. To my mind, it looks like a cannibal.
Thank you, Constable.
I was the first on the spot, sir. I was standing at the door of the King William Lodge talking to the keeper when I saw what looked like a flash of lightning. So I ran here as fast as my legs would carry me. I sent a keeper to fetch a shovel. When he heard me scraping the ground with it, he leaned forward against a tree and was as sick as a dog. Are you all right, sir?
Yes, Constable.
A fair-haired fellow. An old charwoman noticed two men coming out of the station after the up train had gone. She took no particular notice of the big one, but the other was a fair, slight chap carrying a varnish can in one hand.
Know the woman?
She's housekeeper to a retired publican and attends the chapel in Park Place. Well, here he is. All of him I could see. Fair, slight enough. Look at that foot there. I picked up the legs first, one after another. He was that scattered I didn't know where to begin. Stumbled, I should think, against the root of that tree, and that thing he was carrying must have gone off right under his chest.
We don't know who he is, do we? The public will expect us to know who he is. What's this?
Velvet collar. It has an address on it in purple ink.
Well, well.
You know the address, sir? Funny, the old woman should have noticed a velvet collar. Dark blue overcoat with a velvet collar, she told us. He was the chap she saw, and no mistake. And here he is, all complete, velvet collar and all. I don't think I missed a single piece.
Cover him up. I never thought of finding you in the Silenus, Professor.
I come here sometimes, Comrade Ossipon, to sit under bronze chandeliers and dull frescoes.
What's so funny?
All these shabby men remembering, dreaming and planning. Pathetic.
Well, beer.
2 beers. Thank you, Comrade Ossipon.
Been sitting here long?
An hour or more.
An hour? Then it may be you haven't yet heard the news I've heard just now. In the street?
No.
It's wonderful that you of all people should have heard nothing of it. 2 beers. Right. Here. You of all people. Do you give your explosives to anybody who's up for asking for it?
Why shouldn't I?
Even a detective?
They won't come near me. They know very well I take care never to part with the last handful of my wares. It's always by me in a thick glass flask. I shall never be arrested. The game isn't good enough for any policeman. To deal with a man like me, you require sheer, naked, inglorious heroism.
Or recklessness. Or ignorance. So they've only got to get somebody for the job who doesn't know you.
They all know. Touch me, and up I go. Me and everyone and everything within 60 yards. I can be eliminated, but that wouldn't be an arrest.
What's to stop half a dozen of them jumping on you from behind in the street? Arms pinned to your sides, you could do nothing.
I walk with my right hand closed round the India rubber ball in my trouser pocket. I press the ball and activate the detonator inside the flask. See?
Oh.
A full 20 seconds must elapse from the moment I press the ball till the explosion takes place.
20 seconds? You mean to say you could face that? I should go crazy if that...
It wouldn't matter if you did. Of course, it's the weak point of this special system, which is only for my own use. The manner of exploding is always the weak point. I'm trying to invent a detonator that would adjust itself to all conditions of action, even to unexpected changes of conditions. An intelligent detonator.
20 seconds. This place would just be...
Nobody could escape. It is character alone that makes for one's safety. There are very few people whose character is as well established as mine.
There are individuals of character among that lot, too. Chief Inspector Heat is...
Why should I give him more than a glance? Heat is as insignificant to me as Carl Jund. Does that old fool still call himself the terrorist? Yes. Him and Heat come from the same basket. Revolution, legality, counter-moves in the same game, identical forms of idleness. Their character is built upon conventional morality, while mine stands free from everything artificial. They depend on life, whereas I depend on death, which knows no restraint and cannot be attacked. My superiority is evident.
I've heard Karl Jund say much the same thing.
That posturing delegate of the International Red Committee has been a shadow all his life. There are 3 of you delegates, aren't there? You are the worthy delegates for revolutionary propaganda. But the trouble is, you are unable to think as independently as any respectable grocer. You have no character whatsoever.
What are you after?
A perfect detonator. What are you making that face for? You see, you can't even bear the mention of something conclusive.
I'm not making a face. The perfect detonator.
You couldn't find anything half so precise to define the nature of your activity with all your committees and delegations. I am the true propagandist.
I'm afraid I'll have to spoil your day, Professor. There's a man blown up in Greenwich Park this morning.
How do you know?
That's what they've been yelling in the street since 2 o'clock. I bought the newspaper. Here it is. Man's body blown to pieces. No doubt a wicked attempt to blow up the observatory, they say. That's hardly credible. Fragments of only one man blew himself up. Were you expecting that, Professor? I'm convinced you've been giving away some of your stuff lately.
I would give the stuff with both hands to every man, woman or fool that likes to come along. I'm not taking my cue from the Red Committee. I would see you all hounded out of here, or arrested, or beheaded, without turning a hair. What happens to us as individuals is not of the least consequence.
If the police knew their business, they'd shoot you full of holes.
Nothing would please me more than to see Inspector Heat shoot us down in the street with public approval. Half our battle would be won then. The disintegration of the old morality. That is what you should aim at. But you revolutionists plan the future and lose yourself in economic systems when what is wanted is a clean sweep and a clear start.
Describe the person you gave the stuff to.
I will describe him in one word. Adolf Verloc.
Verloc? Impossible.
You can't say that in this case I was giving my stuff to the first person that came along. A prominent member of your group, as far as I understand.
Well, he was the Centre for General Intelligence, and received comrades coming over here, more useful than important. No great speaker, but a talent for eluding the police. Intellectually a non-entity. I haven't seen him for a month, not since the last meeting at his shop in Brett Street. Me, Junt, Michaelis, and Verloc. Did he say anything to you of his intentions?
He told me it was going to be a demonstration against the building. I didn't have enough for a completely destructive result, and I used an old varnish can so it'd be carried by hand. It was an ingenious detonator, a combination of time and shock.
You off?
Yes.
Verloc's an ass. It's made things difficult for me, for us.
Not for me, Ossipon.
I might be blamed by the Central Red Committee, and they'd stop my subsidy for writing the Freedom of the Proletariat pamphlets. Oh, we have to disclaim all connection, but how to make that convincing?
Ask that policeman who's just walked in for a testimonial of good conduct.
I wonder what I'd better do now.
Fasten yourself upon his wife, Winnie, for all she's worth. It's the sort of thing you're good at, Ossipon. Attaching yourself to susceptible ladies. I've seen her blush when you're there.
Well, Heat, the reports have come in and every terrorist has been exactly accounted for. I dare say you were right in telling me at first that the London lot had nothing to do with this. I quite appreciate the excellent watch kept on them by your men. On the other hand, this, for the public, does not amount to more than a confession of ignorance. Unless you have brought something useful from Greenwich.
Well, sir, a witness saw 2 men, one young and fair-haired, alight at the station from the country train and proceed to the park.
Do you believe there were 2 men?
I think it probable, sir. I think they parted from each other within 100 yards of the observatory walls. One could have got out of the park unobserved because of the fog. Given the timings, I think the other man might have been at Greenwich Park Station ready to catch the next train up at the very moment his comrade was destroying himself so thoroughly.
If it's not thick fog, it's driving rain. You have set inquiries on foot for tracing this other man?
We know which station the men came from. The porter at Greenwich remembers 2 chaps answering the description passing the barrier. They seem to him to be 2 respectable house decorators. The big man got out of the third-class compartment backward with a bright tin in his hand, which he then gave to the fair young fellow. All this agrees exactly with what the old charwoman told the police sergeant in Greenwich.
An old charwoman? Not a very substantial authority.
Strips and bits of tin were quite visible to me. That's a pretty good corroboration.
And these men came from that little country station?
That was the name on 2 tickets out of the 3 given up at Greenwich. The third was a hawker well known to the porters.
2 foreign bombers coming from that place. It's rather unaccountable.
Yes, sir. But it would be still more unaccountable if Michaelis weren't staying in a cottage in the neighbourhood.
You connect Michaelis with this affair?
Well, sir, we have enough to go on. A man like that has no business to be at large anyhow.
You will want some conclusive evidence.
There'll be no difficulty getting up sufficient evidence against Michaelis. You may trust me for that, sir.
What have you got up your sleeve, Heat?
Sir?
Here I am, stuck in the office with this litter of paper, supposedly holding all the threads in my hands. But I can only hold what is put in my hand, while others fasten the other ends of the threads where they please.
I'm not sure I understand, sir.
If Michaelis is really the track of discovery, why haven't you followed it up at once?
Do you think I've failed in my duty there, sir?
No, that was not my thought. There is no doubt about you knowing your business, no doubt at all. What could you bring up against Michaelis of definite nature? I mean, apart from the fact that 2 men came last from a railway station within 3 miles of where Michaelis is living now.
Enough to go on with this sort of man, sir.
Michaelis reported himself before leaving London for the country?
Yes, sir.
And what may he be doing there? It would, of course, be most desirable to be informed exactly.
The local police were notified of his arrival, and a full report can be obtained in a few hours, sir. A wire to the superintendent.
You've sent that wire already?
No, sir.
Would you think that Michaelis had anything to do with the preparation of that bomb, for instance?
There's no necessity to say anything at present. Michaelis associates with men who are classed as dangerous. He was made a delegate of the Red Committee less than a year after his release from prison on licence. A sort of compliment, I suppose. We may never find out who made the bomb.
The professor?
I'm led to understand that his explosives are solely for his own personal use.
Never trust people born into a fundamentalist religion, Heat. Puritan, single-minded, and holier than thou.
We shall have him one day, sir. Now, it's clear to me, sir, that Michaelis is connected in some way.
And you really think the investigation should be made in that direction?
I do, sir. Of course, if there's a reason for not interfering with the convict Michaelis, perhaps it's as well I didn't start the local police after him.
No reason whatever that I know of. Come, Chief Inspector. This finessing with me is highly improper. You shouldn't leave me to puzzle things out for myself like this. What have you discovered on the spot, Chief Inspector?
I've got an address. This rag of dark blue cloth belongs to the overcoat of the fellow who got himself blown to pieces. Of course, the overcoat may not have been his, or may even have been stolen. But that's not at all probable if you look at this.
32 Brett Street.
Can't understand why he should have gone about labelled like this. It's a most extraordinary thing.
What is 32 Brett Street?
It's a small shop, sir. It's where the Red Committee meets.
And what does it sell?
Difficult to say, sir.
Haberdashery? Pies?
Pictures of undressed dancing girls, old French comic publications, obscure newspapers, bottles of marking ink, books with titles that hint at impropriety. You know the sort of thing, sir. Very young men sneak in and shabby older men dodge out, hoping not to be seen.
And how do you know about this shop?
The owner is known to me. Adolf Verloc. He lives there with his wife Winnie and his backward brother-in-law Stevie.
What a wretched day, Adolf. Have you been to see Stevie?
No, I haven't.
I do hope Mr. Michaelis is looking after him and not scaring him with talks of prisons and scorched skins.
On earth is the matter, Adolf? Why are you sitting in the dark? You'll be in that fire if you sit any closer.
You're very wet.
Not very.
Well, you've caught a terrible cold since this morning. Where have you been today?
I've been to the bank. Got all the money out.
All of it?
All of it.
What did you do that for?
May want it soon.
I don't know what you mean.
Hey, you know you can trust me.
Yes, I can trust you. Not like some of your political friends. Carl Yunt, dreadful old man. At least Mr. Ossipon has a friendly smile. If I didn't trust you, I wouldn't have married you. And you've been more of a father to Stevie than Daddy ever was. Watching you and Stevie walk away, I thought to myself you could almost be father and son. You look terrible, Adolf. Your eyes are bloodshot and your face is very red. That's a very feverish cold you have. Have some tea to warm you through. And you'll be hungry, so have a bit of cold beef. You must eat, Adolf.
And in what capacity is Verloc known to you, Chief Inspector?
He's a secret agent.
Good Lord.
Of course the department has no record of this man.
Did any of my predecessors know this?
No, sir, certainly not. That sort of man could never be produced publicly for any good purpose. It was sufficient for me to know who he was and to make use of him.
And do you think that sort of private knowledge consistent with the official position you occupy?
Perfectly, sir. I think it's quite proper. I will take the liberty to tell you, sir, that it makes me what I am. And I am looked upon as a man who knows his work. A personal friend of mine in the French police gave me the hint that the fellow was an embassy spy. Private friendship, private information, private use of it. That's how I look upon it.
I see. Well then, speaking privately if you like, how long have you been in private touch with this embassy spy?
I met Adolf Verloc 7 years ago when I was in charge of all the arrangements for an imperial visit. Baron Stott Fartime, the ambassador, sent word that he wanted to see me. The Baron was a gentleman of the old school. And
Yes. And?
The Baron introduced me to Verloc, who told me that there would be an attempt on the life of the visitors. I confess that I didn't take to the man, but it was obvious that the Baron set great store by Verloc's information. I altered arrangements accordingly.
And was what he said true?
Nothing happened, which was gratifying. A month later, I saw the man again in London, and found out from a French colleague that Verloc was a rather well-known hanger-on and emissary of the Revolutionary Red Committee and a secret agent for one of the foreign embassies in London. I went to the man's shop, and he gave me information in exchange for protection. I haven't seen Verloc to speak to 3 times in the last 2 years. I drop him a line, unsigned, and he answers me in the same way.
He failed you this time.
I asked him nothing, so he could tell me nothing. He isn't one of our men. It isn't as if he were in our pay.
No, he's a spy in the pay of a foreign government. We could never confess to him.
I must do my work in my own way. When it comes to that, I would deal with the devil himself.
Your idea of secrecy seems to consist of keeping the chief of your department in the dark. Do you have the shop watched?
It wouldn't do. Certain people who go there are watched. My opinion is that he knows nothing of this affair.
So how do you account for the address on the collar?
It's unaccountable. It can't be explained by what I know. At any rate, not at this moment. I think the man who had most to do with it will turn out to be Michaelis.
You do?
I can answer for all the others.
What about the other man supposed to have escaped from the park?
I should think he's far away by this time.
We shall meet tomorrow morning, Chief Inspector.
Very good, sir.
And we shall see who is right in this affair, Chief Inspector. Michaelis? I don't think so.
Well, sir?
He's determined to protect Michaelis.
I don't understand how a known terrorist can be readily accepted into society. Do we get invited to soirees?
Michaelis enjoys the patronage of a great lady who is good friends with the Assistant Commissioner's wife, and so he enjoys the sentiments of the great and the good. The Assistant Commissioner doesn't know his place, George, and his place won't know him very long either. He won't be the first I've seen of.
If we arrested Michaelis, It'd reflect well with the public.
I know. Anything from the Silenus?
The usual suspects are as surprised as we are. What next, sir?
I might go shopping, George.
Will Sir Ethelred see you, Assistant Commissioner? I don't know about that. He's walked over from the house and now he's ready to walk back again. I rather enjoy those little strolls. He leans on my arm and... It's in connection with the Greenwich affair.
Oh, I say. He's very bitter against you people. Is this the beginning of another dynamite campaign?
As far as one can be positive about anything, I can assure you that it is not.
Your idea of assurances over there seems to consist mainly in making the Secretary of State look a fool. He was told positively less than a month ago that nothing of this sort was even possible.
I never made that assurance.
True. It was one of your subordinates.
Chief Inspector Heat. Now, I must insist...
All right, I will go and see.
Do. There's a good fellow. So, Sir Ethelred, there is much in this affair of a kind that does not meet the eye in a usual terrorist outrage, even if one looked into it as deep as can be.
You seem to be implying, Assistant Commissioner, that Heat is determined to bring Michaelis in simply to cover his mistakes. He's risen quite quickly through the ranks, hasn't he?
With moderate zeal and ability in my book.
Very well. Carry on. Only no details, pray. Spare me the details.
I know for a fact, Sir Ethelred, that Michaelis is writing his autobiography in a cottage in the country.
And am I right in thinking that you know Michaelis?
I have met him at a soiree. My wife is a great friend of his patroness.
An invaluable friendship. Most interesting that the great lady welcomes both you and Michaelis to her gatherings.
Indeed.
And you feel that Michaelis could not be involved?
He's turned to fat after 15 years in a damp and lightless prison on a bad diet. The man can hardly walk. In the incident for which he was imprisoned, his job was merely to open the prison van doors. He had no idea that a policeman was shot. He has difficulty holding thoughts together and comes across as a benign optimist. The great lady says he has the temperament of a saint, and that with his parents and sweetheart dead, he needs looking after. In truth, Sir Ethelred, like many of the soirees, I share her view that Michaelis was a humanitarian sentimentalist.
Yet he regularly meets with the Red Committee.
Yes. After Heat had gone, I looked in the files. There is also a Karl Junt, an old man who calls himself a terrorist but has never done anything, Ossipon, writer of pamphlets, failed doctor and ladies' man, and Adolf Verloc, shopkeeper and informer, whose address was found on the collar. And as this Verloc is a secret agent employed by a foreign embassy, it would...
This involves the ambassador of a foreign power.
It would be stupid of me to advance anything of the kind. And absolutely unnecessary, because, if I am right in my surmises, whether ambassador or hall porter, it's a mere detail.
No, these people are too impossible.
You forget, Sir Ethelred, that strictly speaking we know nothing positively as yet.
What's your general idea? Stated shortly. No need to go into details.
In principle, the existence of secret agents should not be tolerated as tending to augment the dangers of the evil against which they are used. That the spy will fabricate his information is a mere commonplace. But in the sphere of political and revolutionary action, relying partly on violence, the professional spy has every facility to fabricate...
Be lucid, please.
I think the affair should be dealt with special secrecy. That's why I'm here.
Well, I'm glad there's somebody over your shop who thinks that the Secretary of State may be trusted now and then.
I was thinking that it might be better at this stage if Heat was replaced.
What? Heat? An ass, eh?
Not at all. Pray, Sir Ethelred, don't put that unjust interpretation on my remark.
Then what? Too clever by half?
Neither. At least, not as a rule. All the grounds for my surmises I have from him. The only thing that I have discovered is that he has been making use of Verloc privately.
He's what?
Who could blame him? He told me that he must have the tools to work with, but I feel this tool should be surrendered to the Special Crimes Division as a whole.
Yes. But why?
Firstly, there's poor comfort in declaring that any act of violence is not the work of terrorists, but of some species of authorised scoundrelism. This, I fancy, is more frequent than we suppose. Second, the existence of these people in the pay of a foreign government destroys the efficiency of our supervision. Third, their existence amongst revolutionary groups does away with certitude. Heat's assurance was not groundless, and then this happens. The very peculiarities which surprise and perplex Heat establish its character in my eyes. I am keeping clear of details, Sir Ethelred.
Just so. Be as concise as you can.
There is a particular stupidity and feebleness in the conduct of this affair. It is a planned thing, and the actual perpetrator was led by the hand to the spot. The inference is that he was imported from abroad, that he did not know enough English to ask the way. He was destroyed by accident. But the address on his clothing is an extraordinary fact. I intend to seek the explanation personally. By myself, I mean. In a certain shop in Brett Street, from a certain secret agent.
Find out what you can. Find it out in your own way.
I must set about it this very evening.
We'll have a late sitting tonight. Come to the house with your discoveries if we're not gone home. I'll warn Toodles to look out for you.
If you have time...
I won't have time, but I will see you. I haven't the time now. Will you assume a disguise?
Hardly a disguise. I'll change my clothes, of course.
What first put you in this direction?
What shall I say, Sir Ethelred? A new man's antagonism to old methods? A desire to know something at first hand? Some impatience? It's my old work, but the harness is different. It has been chafing me a little in one or two tender places.
I hope you'll get on over there. Now I must return to the house.
Of course, Sir Ethelred.
And you shall report to me later.
Of course, Sir Ethelred.
Very good. Toodles will see you out.
Certainly, Sir Ethelred.
Until later, then.
Satisfactory?
Perfectly. You have earned my undying gratitude.
That's all right. But seriously, you cannot imagine how irritated he is by the attacks on his bill for the nationalisation of fisheries. They call it a revolutionary measure, but these fellows have no sense...
I read the papers.
Odious, eh? And you have no idea of the mass of work he has to go through every day. He does it all himself. Seems unable to trust anyone with these fisheries.
And yet he has given a whole hour to the consideration of my very small sprat.
Small, eh? It's a pity you didn't keep away in that case. This fight takes it out of him frightfully. I feel it by the way he leans on my arm as we walk over. These scoundrels aren't likely to throw something at him, are they? The country can't spare him.
There's no danger whatever for both of you, but from overwork.
The fisheries won't kill me. I'm used to late hours. He's ready to go now.
Your feet are wet, Adolf. Put your slippers on. You aren't going out any more this evening.
They're not wet, and it doesn't matter.
Now, you listen to me, Adolf. There's no sense in being stubborn.
I'm thinking we should go abroad. Leave. France, Canada. We could go to...
The idea.
I'm sick and I'm tired of this place. These people of having to... and listening to it. And then to...
You're not well, Adolf.
We've got to go. We have to.
I should like to know who's to make you. You ain't a slave. We don't have slaves in this country, and don't you make yourself one.
Yeah, slave.
The shop isn't so bad, and you've a comfortable house. And there's Stevie to think of. This is his home too. You're not tired of me? Come on, love. You'll feel better soon enough. It'll all work out, you see. If you go abroad, you'll have to go without me.
You know I wouldn't.
You'd miss me too much.
Yeah, I would.
Shop, Adolf. You go. You go, I've got my apron on. Adolf!
Can I help you, sir?
No. No, Constable.
It's a foul night to be standing around.
Sorry, my English is...
Foreign, are you, sir?
Yes, I am. I am looking for Brett Street.
Brett Street?
Brett Street.
This is Brett Street.
Ah, it is.
It is.
Good.
Are you looking for somewhere in particular, sir?
I'm sorry.
It's just that Mr. Verloc often has foreign visitors. That's his shop, opposite. He might be able to help you.
Thank you.
I'd hurry along if I were you, sir, out of this raw fog and rain.
I will, Constable. Thank you.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
A shabby shop in a shabby street. Well, Chief Inspector Heat, I will have your man.
Well?
A customer.
Now, let me slice some beef for you. Feed a cold and starve a fever, that's what they say.
Now your mother's settled in her new cottage, we can go away.
We have no need to go anywhere. And some bread. You need to keep your strength up, Adolf. There we are. Now, eat up. At least abroad, Stevie would hear no more of that talk from your political friends about torture and the like. The last time they were here, Adolf, Stevie was very upset. Well, you know yourself, you had to wake me up to settle him. Poor boy. He was pacing and stamping, holding this very knife. Yes, this one. And shouting, hot irons, eat flesh, scorched skin. You going to eat, Adolf?
Yeah, presently.
I'd left him sitting at the kitchen table, calmly drawing his circles, and then I find him waving this carving knife. I had to tell him that no one was going to burn his skin with hot irons. He'd heard that nonsense from Mr. Michaelis. Now, I like Mr. Michaelis, and I'm pleased that Stevie is staying with him. But I hope he's not hearing such things whilst he's there. You know I've always been nice to your political friends, but sometimes... What on earth's the matter, Adolf?
Yeah, my political friends.
What about them?
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. We should go abroad.
Now, listen, Adolf, we do all right, the three of us. Busy tonight. I'll go.
No.
But you should...
It's probably Ossipon.
I'm quite happy to deal with Mr. Ossipon. At least he's a gentleman. And you need to eat. Adolf! Oh, well... Good Lord, Adolf. You're as white as a sheet. Good evening. A most unpleasant evening. You came over from the continent? You understand English, don't you?
Oh, yes. I understand English.
You don't think of perhaps staying in England for good? My husband will see you through all right. Meantime, for a few days you could stay at the Continental Hotel. My husband will take you there.
Yes.
You knew Mr. Verloc before, didn't you? Perhaps in France?
I have heard of him. Your husband has not gone out to wait for me in the street, by chance.
In the street? He couldn't. There's no other door to the house. Adolf, do you know that man?
I know of him.
One of that beastly Carl Junt's friends?
No.
He ain't one of them embassy people you've been bothered about lately.
Who's been talking to you of embassy people?
You have.
I talked of the embassy to you.
You've been talking a little in your sleep of late, Adolf.
What did I say? What do you know?
Nothing much. Seemed mostly nonsense. Enough to let me guess that something worried you.
Well, nonsense, eh? Yeah, the embassy people. I'd cut their hearts out one after another. Yeah, but let them look out. I've got a tongue in my head. There, my hat is on.
Well, get rid of the man, whoever he is, as soon as you can and come back home to me. You want looking after for a day or two.
Yeah.
Adolf!
What?
What about that money you drew out?
Money? Oh, money, yes.
You've got it in your pockets.
Yeah.
And you better...
Yeah, I didn't know what you meant. Yeah.
Will you be long?
Will I be long?
Well?
So, your husband went out a quarter of an hour ago?
Thereabouts.
I suppose you know who I am? Come on, you know I'm the police.
I don't trouble my head much about it.
My name's Heat, Chief Inspector Heat of the Special Crimes Division. And he didn't say when he would be back.
He didn't go out alone.
Friend?
A stranger who called.
I see. What sort of man was that stranger? Would you mind telling me?
A dark, thin man with a long face and turned-up moustaches.
Aha, yes. He hasn't lost any time. I'm afraid I haven't any time to wait for your husband, but I think that you could give me a pretty good notion of what's going on, if you liked.
Going on? What's going on?
Why, the affair I came to talk about with your husband.
I know nothing of any affair.
It's been in the papers.
I haven't read the papers.
Well, Mrs. Verloc, a terrorist bomb went off today, killing one person.
I call it silly. We ain't downtrodden slaves here.
And your husband didn't mention anything to you when he came home?
Why should he?
And this is one of the better rooms.
It's all right, Verloc. I'm not staying the night. You know who I am?
You're from the police.
I am the Assistant Commissioner.
Oh.
And I know you were at the bottom of this affair. I only have 2 questions. Who put you up to it? Who was the man who did it?
Who put me up to it? Who put me up to it? I'll tell you, and gladly. A devil put me up to it. Some 2 months ago, I was summoned to number 10 Chesham Square. Oh. I see you're familiar with the occupants. I hope, sir, that you are not as familiar with them as me. The first person I met was Wormt.
I don't know that name.
No matter. Wormt is just a devil's messenger. He told me that they were not satisfied with the attitude of the police here.
He said that?
Yeah, well, I pointed out that I've no means of action upon the police.
Which is why this country is what it is.
Well, he then said that there should be an occurrence of something definite to stimulate their vigilance.
Mr. Verloc, this sounds too preposterous. Surely...
Please listen, sir. He went on to say that the leniency of the judicial procedure and the utter absence of all repressive measures are a scandal to Europe.
The man is outrageous.
Yeah, well, he's a mere pussycat compared with his superior. He said that what was wanted now was the accentuation of unrest. I pointed out that my reports for the last 12 months made it clear that the conditions for unrest exist to a dangerous degree.
Surely, Verloc, that is not the case. Our reports...
Worms dismissed my reports. What is required, he said, was the bringing to light of a distinct, significant fact. I would almost say, of an alarming fact. I promised I would endeavour to do that. Then said I was very fat, and that I should now see Mr. Vladimir.
Vladimir?
Oh, you know him?
Oh, yes.
Then you know the sort of man I've had to deal with.
There was another small matter which I wanted to speak to your husband about. There came into our hands what we believe is a stolen overcoat.
We've lost no overcoat.
I see, Mrs. Verloc, that you keep a lot of marking ink here. This one's purple, isn't it? As I said, it's strange, because the overcoat has this address written in marking ink.
That's my brother's, then. Stevie. I wrote that myself.
Where is your brother? Can I see him?
He's been away, living with a friend in the country.
The overcoat comes from the country. And what's the name of the friend?
Michaelis.
And your brother now, what's he like? A sturdy, darkish chap?
That must be the thief. Stevie's slight and fair.
Good. Easily excitable?
Yes, he is. But how did he come to lose his coat?
I suppose you recognise this piece of cloth.
Why is it torn like this?
I'll take the cloth, thank you. Mrs. Verloc, it strikes me that you know more of this bomb affair than even you yourself are aware of.
I sympathise with your predicament, Verloc. You had never met Vladimir before?
I'd never heard of him. I'd not been to the embassy for a long time, as it's a risk for me to go there. The late Baron Stott Wartheim, he knew that. I sent reports as asked, kept watch and let them know. And my reports were detailed and thorough. The Baron complimented me on them. And then this. I was left on my own for some minutes, until a servant appeared, who did not acknowledge me, but led me along a corridor, up a flight of stairs, and into a thickly carpeted room with high windows, and there Vladimir sat at his desk. Wurmt was there. He could have walked along with me. No, but no. These people, they have no manners. They treated me as if... Do you know what Vladimir's first words were? Bear in mind that he had not met me before. He said in French, "You are quite right, mon cher. He's fat, the animal."
He's known as a wit, an agreeable and entertaining man. He's something of a favourite in society.
Well, I don't think much of a society that holds a devil in high esteem.
Perhaps not. So, what did he have to say?
I could still see him, lying back in his deep armchair, squarely spread elbows, one leg thrown over a thick knee. I wasn't even offered a seat.
Vous comprenez français, je suppose?
Oui, j'ai fait mon service militaire dans l'artillerie française.
Yes, of course. Let's see. How much did you get for obtaining the design of the improved breech block of France's new field gun?
5 years rigorous confinement in a fortress.
It was off easily. Anyhow, it served you right for getting caught. What made you go in for that sort of thing?
When I was young, there was this certain young lady who...
Ah, cherchez la femme. How long have you been employed by the embassy here? What do you mean by getting out of condition like this? You haven't even got the physique of your profession. You, a member of the starving proletariat, you wouldn't deceive an idiot. I'll tell you what I think is the matter. You're lazy. How long have you been drawing pay from the embassy?
11 years. While His Excellency Baron Stott Wartheim was still ambassador in Paris, I was charged with many missions to London. And then by His Excellency's instructions, I settled down here. Well, I am English.
You are you?
A natural-born British subject. My father was French,
I dare say you could have been a Marshal of France and a Member of Parliament in England. And then, indeed, you would have been some use to the embassy. But you're a lazy fellow. You don't use your opportunities. In the time of the Baron, we had a lot of soft-headed people running this embassy. They caused you fellows to form a false conception of the Secret Service fund. It is my business to correct this.
If you'd only be good enough to look up my record, you'll see I gave warning only 3 months ago on the occasion of the Grand Duke Ramon's visit to Paris, which was...
The French police had no use for your warning, and don't roar at me. What the devil do you mean?
Oh, please accept my apologies, sir. At large meetings, I was always put up to speak by the leaders at critical moments. Allow me.
Where are you going?
Constable! You see, even from this distance, I made that constable turn round and look. Oh, with such a voice, I am naturally trusted, and I know what to say.
I dare say you have the social revolutionary jargon by heart well enough. Vex et... You haven't ever studied Latin, have you?
No. And you did not expect me to know it. I belong to the millions. Who needs Latin? Who knows Latin? Only a few hundred imbeciles who aren't fit to take care of themselves.
You dare be impudent. You dare? Well, I'm going to speak plain English to you. We have no use for your voice. We want facts. startling facts.
But I provide
You
facts.
give yourself an agent provocateur. Your business is to provoke. You've done nothing to earn your money for the last 3 years.
Nothing. I have several times prevented what might
There
have...
is a proverb in this country which says prevention is better than a cure. It is stupid. There is no end to prevention. But they dislike finality in this country. Don't you be too English. And in this particular instance, don't be absurd. The evil is already here. We don't want prevention, we want cure. Now, what's all these leaflets headed with FP and with hammer, pen and torch crossed?
It's the future of the proletariat. It's a society open to all shades of revolutionary opinion.
Ah, are you in it?
One of the vice presidents.
Isn't your society capable of anything else but this prophetic bosh on filthy paper? Why don't you do something? I've this matter in hand now, and I will tell you plainly that the good old Stott Wartime days are over. No work, no pay. Yeah. That's how we deal with parasites. The famous and trusty secret agent. So secret that you're only known by the symbol of a triangle. You hoodwinked the Baron, took advantage of his obsession with social revolution.
Permit me to observe that I was summoned here by a peremptory letter. I've been here only twice before, and never at 11 in the morning. Well, it isn't wise to call me up like this. I might be seen. It would destroy my usefulness.
That's your affair. When you cease to be useful, you will cease to be employed. You know, of course, of the international conference assembled in Milan.
Yes.
What we want is to administer a tonic to the conference in Milan. Its deliberations upon international action to suppress political crime don't seem to get anywhere. England lags. This country is absurd with its sentimental regard for individual liberty. It's intolerable to think that all your friends have only got to come over here to...
In that way, I have them all under my eye.
It would be very much more to the point to have them all under lock and key. England must be brought into line. The imbecile bourgeoisie make themselves accomplices to the very people who want to drive them out. You agree? The middle classes are stupid?
Oh, they are.
They have no imagination. What they want now is a jolly good scare. This is the psychological moment to set your friends to work. I've had you called here to develop to you my idea, for you to plan and execute a series of outrages, to influence public opinion in favour of a universal repressive legislation.
He thinks that would work. Then he does not know the way we operate.
I know that, sir. But I could say nothing.
Why the Greenwich Observatory?
Well, he argued that an attempt upon a crowned head or on a president is not as sensational as it used to be. He dismissed an outrage upon a church or a theatre or a restaurant as being easily seen as a non-political passion. To influence public opinion, the bomb outrage must go beyond vengeance or terrorism. It must be purely destructive.
Why not, say, an art gallery?
Because only artists would be upset by that.
True.
The attack was to have all the shocking senselessness of gratuitous blasphemy. Hence, astronomy. The fetish of the hour. Blowing up the first meridian would show the greatest possible regard for humanity, as nobody would be killed. And it would be an alarming display of ferocious imbecility. Who could have a grievance against astronomy?
It has logic. Perverse, perhaps, but nonetheless.
I had no choice, sir. Please understand that. If I did not do as instructed, I would be exposed, and my life would be over.
A pact with the devil, Verloc. That's what you made all those years ago.
I was too young to know that, sir.
Could you not have instructed someone else to have done it? After all, you do claim influence in the movement.
To mention it would have exposed me to scorn. and immediate suspicion as to where the idea came from. What's more, sir, who could do it? That night, the comrades were at my shop. Yunt stood trembling on his stick, muttering that he wanted to see a bunch of men without scruples, destroyers with no pity, only bombs. Without his old woman he could not stagger off the bus by Green Park for his daily constitutional.
Michaelis?
Michaelis? With his great lady who sends him to the country to write his memoirs. He's too fat to walk. Prisoners replaced revolutionary zeal with a sentimental faith in the ultimate triumph of the proletariat and an inability to string two thoughts together. And as for Ossipon...
I don't know that name.
He's an ex-medical student who writes pamphlets for the freedom of the proletariat, which I stock in my shop and rarely sell. Do you know who his hero is, do you?
Some terrorist or other.
Lombroso.
Lombroso? His theory is that criminals are known by their physiognomy. How can a terrorist hold opinions?
Yunt. And Michaelis quickly put him right on what makes a criminal. Ossipon said that Stevie had ears that indicate...
Stevie?
Yeah, my brother-in-law.
Go on.
Stevie's backward. And Ossipon said that he had ears that signified a typical degeneracy.
An unpleasant thing to say.
Yeah, but Ossipon will want for nothing as long as there are silly girls with saving books in the world. Even Winnie blushes when she sees him. Oh, they have no ideas, sir. No idea. None of them.
What about the professor?
He would choose when and where as he wishes.
Yet you trusted somebody. Well?
My brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law. You killed your brother-in-law.
I didn't mean for it to happen. I didn't. When he looked after Stevie since he was a baby, he was almost a... He wanted to help. He always wanted to help. And now... all he had to do was... that he... What am I going to tell Winnie? Where are you going?
I have found out what I needed to know.
But aren't you going to arrest me?
No.
I might run away.
Will you?
What should I do? I don't know what to do. Where am I going to go?
Home?
In episode 1 of The Secret Agent, Heat was played by Ron Cook and the Assistant Commissioner by Robert Glenister. Verloc was played by David Calder and Winnie by Wendy Nottingham. The Professor was played by Robin Soanes and Ossipon by Paul Baisley. Geoffrey Beavers was Sir Ethelred and Hugh Ross was Vladimir. Joseph Klosker played Toodles, Saikata Hamed, the waiter, and Paul Richard Biggin was George. The Secret Agent by Joseph Conrad was dramatised for radio by David Napthine and directed by Jessica Dromgoole.